almost forgot this was ASMR for a second. Very useful type of brush while you're using watercolors. It holds a lot of water. And I was like, why would you put the fire at the front? He's like, when it's coming back down. He's putting the yellow for re-entry. Adorable.
This is Jen, ASMR. Subscribe before you fall asleep. Hi there, my lovely sleepy squirrels. This evening I have a bit of a haul for you. Kind of like mostly haul and a little touch of show and tell. And recently I started kind of not very regular, but like sporadic watercolor painting classes, because I haven't done watercolor since I was a kid. And I never really got the hang of it, so I just really wanted to, I don't know, just work on a little skill, meet some people, do something fun just for me. And I went twice by myself, and then I quickly found that my schedule and the teacher's schedule didn't really click very well. But I was able to grab a 2-hour slot on Wednesday afternoon, which was 2 days ago now. But the only thing is that I would have to take my 2 kids with me, and she was very nice about it. It's kind of like an open space kind of studio cafe kind of place where there are a few different activities going on at the same time. There are like artists that are like always there, showing their art. Like the walls are covered in like local artists and stuff like that work there and kind of give lessons, and then they do like little atelier, like how to do this, how to do that kind of thing. I've never joined one of the group like activity things. They're usually quite like specific, like a specific type of wall hanging, like made out of macrame, but like everyone does the same one and stuff, which sounds pretty cool. Maybe one day I will do one of those kind of things. But for now, I just wanted to work on some watercolors. My son is not old enough. Well, I didn't think he was old enough to be able to actually have a lesson, but my daughter definitely is, and she already is quite arty, so I asked if my son can just do a little activity beside us while my daughter like actually participates. So like the two of us having like a group lesson kind of thing. And she was fine with that. So that's what we did. But basically the Wednesday is very quick. My daughter has school like in the morning, but only until like 11, so she gets back around 11:30, 12. My son doesn't have school on Wednesdays. In France, you don't have school on Wednesday until you're like in first year, which is CCM. So when you're like 11 or 12. So my son has football in the morning, and that finishes around 12:30. And the lesson, the painting lesson, was at 2:30, and the kids were starving and not ready. So I was like, okay, let's go. We'll just go into town. We'll get Subway sandwiches. That's always a winner for the kids. Subway sandwiches, and I treated my son to an Orangina. He was like, oh my goodness. He drank it all. He was very excited. I think that's the first time he's ever drank an entire like little bottle of Orangina. Very exciting business for a 7-year-old. And because everything was so quick, I realized I didn't bring anything to occupy my son while we were there, so we jumped into Hema on the way to get like a little artistic activity thing for him. And while we were there was like all this summer stuff at the front of the shop, of course. They hook you in, don't they? And I got 2 things because it was like buy one, get the second half price. So this is the first thing that I got. And it's just like to make little ice lollies. You've probably seen these kind of things like different versions of these over the years, and they always kind of just get a bit, I don't know, they just don't always work very well, and then you lose one, and then one gets broken, and you know, you just end up getting rid of. But at the moment we are making a lot of like ice lollies, but made with compote. So it's like a cooling snack, but like an actual snack, not just sugar and water. It's like actually fruit. So at the moment we're using the little silicone, it's like an ice cube tray, but like really big and rounded ones, for making like little baby food. I used to use it for both of the kids actually, when we would make like pureed food for them when they were first starting to eat, and then you'd like freeze them in these big rounded cubes, so you can keep them in the freezer and, you know, pop them out when you need them. And what we do is we get those little wooden sticks that you like use for lollipops, like ice lollies. We stick them in, and then we cover it with like baking paper, so it's not just like in the freezer like that. But they are a little annoying in the freezer. They take up a lot of space. You've got the paper and the sticks, and you have to buy the sticks. So I figured we would just grab a little pack like this. We can just make 6 at a time, but that's no problem. Just get like this big jar of applesauce kind of stuff, compote, and just pour them in, ready to go. So I think this is going to be pretty darn popular with my son this summer. I'm sure there are like loads of different recipes I can use too, and not just popping compotes in there. But it's like a proper afternoon snack and cooling, so good. So I grabbed this, and the second thing I grabbed from the little summer section is this huge ice cube tray. It's like half ice cube tray, half Tupperware, and it seems to have like a little mechanism where like you can, I don't know, I haven't actually tried it yet, but I feel like it's one where you can be like once the ice is done, and it'll just like drop all the little ice cubes underneath, you know what I mean? I really hope that it does, because otherwise I'm like, why would they have like a separate bit? So yeah, it's got like little handles here. Is that what you use to like crack them out? No, just got a little handle, so you can just take your little box of ice cubes out to the table with you if you want. It snaps off the lid like Tupperware, and then this part, or maybe it doesn't. I feel like it might not all like pop out at once. It fits actually perfectly on the top upside down, so maybe you just do that and then push them through because of the soft silicone underneath. Yeah, I think that's what you can do. So it's not as cool as the ones where it looks like it just goes and it breaks and all the ice comes down, but we don't need that. This looks pretty good. And plus, the simpler things are, the easier they are to keep clean. There we go. Oh, I'm excited about that. Oh, I didn't even try making sounds with this tonight. Quite good. I almost forgot this was ASMR for a second. So yeah, I do have an ice cube tray, but it's a little annoying. It's cute, but very annoying. Actually, the 3 ice cube trays that we do have are all 3 of them annoying but cute. One is black, and it makes little cat-shaped ice cubes. And it's in the shape of a black cat, so it kind of takes up an awkward space in the freezer, but it's the one I like the most. The second one is a Star Wars one, where you make Han Solo in the, I want to say carbonite, you know, when he gets kind of frozen in the whatever, but you make got that, like the block with him like being like, so you make that out of ice. There's like 6 little ones and 1 big one. And then the last ice cube tray we have, it's very cool, but it is annoying. You have 2 guitar body shaped and 1 bass guitar body shaped ice cube holder bits, and then you've got like the a plastic like stirrer that is making like the neck of the guitar or the bass that like is inside the ice cube, if that makes sense. Do you see what I mean? The stirrer is the neck, it joins to the ice cube body, and then you can pop it in your drink and you have like a stirrer and inside like a big chunk of ice. So very fun ice cubes, but not very practical ice cubes. The stirrer ones are great when you have friends round. It's a nice little treat in your drink. Makes it fun. But yeah, I'm looking forward to just having a lot more ice cubes available quickly. So 2 freezer-worthy things for this summer. The thing that I got to keep my son occupied is this little kind of like plaster cast vehicle painting kit. It was okay. I wasn't expecting amazing quality. It was €3 for the full kit with the paint inside, but it is like pretty bad quality paint. But honestly, like usually when you do this kind of thing with your kids, it's usually like the paint's all dried up and doesn't really sit right, and it's not very like pigmented or all sorts of things like that. But honestly, the quality was pretty good for €3, and it kept him perfectly occupied for the 2 hours, minus like the last 10 minutes. He was a bit antsy at the last 10 minutes, and we did arrive half an hour early because I thought it was at 2, but it was at 2:30, which I know it's annoying because we didn't have much time, but we technically had half an hour more. But the first half an hour was luckily taken up by the fact that there was a dog in the studio. So perfect. And they have like a little cafe area. So just sat and let the dog come to us. It was a bit of a nervous dog around the kids, so I had to like keep my son, explain to him that if a dog is nervous, don't go to them. They'll come to you. Like, take your time, you know. So here are the little vehicles that my son did. He's 7, by the way, so I think he did pretty darn good. The one I like the most is the rocket. He did such a good job on the rocket, and he was like so creative with it, like adding and adding and adding, you know. The big yellow bus, little grey car, green pickup, little red car, black, blue and red and grey boat. He was like, Mom, I don't have any brown, how am I gonna do the boat? He figured it out. Let me grab one of these and we can make some sounds on them. Okay, these actually sound pretty good. The plaster is pretty nice sound. So yeah, a little yellow bus. I don't know why he did the bus yellow. Is that just like something you see in cartoons? That's an American thing, isn't it? School bus is yellow. I wonder if he's already been influenced by that or not. Or is it just yellow on the front cover? No, not even. It's not painted on the cover. So maybe from his cartoons, he's already instinctively thinking a school bus is yellow. Whereas in France, they don't have any yellow buses. That's funny. It's from like Pixar films and all sorts of films. Because I also would have painted this yellow, but like I've never like literally seen a yellow bus. was pretty well behaved. It did help that he had done about 2 to 3 hours of football in the morning, so he was nice and calm. And the place that we did it was very calming. You know, like art all over the walls, a very female space, like very calm. And some music playing in the background, just very chill. And obviously he was there with his mama and his sister, so he was happy. And so this time he was not able to join in with us, but she did say she accepts children from 6 and up. So he's 7. I think it could be okay, but obviously it won't be the same type of lesson. Like, I would have to prepare for him beforehand, and he would like not be doing the drawing part or anything like that, just learning how to use the paint in a fun way, almost like coloring in, you know. And she also does pastel classes too, which I'm interested in too. I want to do it all. Let's have a look at the rocket. The little rocket. It's adorable. He originally painted it like, I think red, directly put red where the fire is, and then he was like red all the way up, and then put some black and like the stripes, and then he was like, oh, let me put the fire at the front. And I was like, why would you put the fire at the front? He's like, when it's coming back down. I was like, oh. He's putting the yellow for re-entry. Adorable. And I was like, oh, the black at the bottom looks like it's all smoked out, you know, because it's been used. Because it's coming back down. Very creative. It's very sweet. In the shop they had 2 different boxes. One was this one, which was €3, and the other one was like animal figures, like the same exact thing but like in the shape of animals, and the same amount of them, but it was like €7.90. I was like, what? Give me the vehicles. And then my daughter was like, yeah, it's because they're magnet ones. I was like, oh, okay. And I figured if he would like to pick a few of them, we can just pop magnets on the back and he can put them on the fridge. I think this rocket is definitely going on the fridge. I'm sure I can find a magnet around here somewhere. Okay, I can show you the stuff that I myself have been working on, and my daughter too. So this is the painting that I worked on the first 2 times I was there. The first time I was there, I learned like some of the stuff about like how to use the paints, and like what kind of paper, what kind of brushes, how to lay out the stuff, all that kind of thing. And then I worked on painting this part. Maybe zoom in a touch. I just worked from a printed out picture. So this is the first day's work, and then the second time I went, I did this part. It's not finished. Like, this is a flag. These are flags at the side, and I haven't decided what I'm going to write on the sign, and I haven't finished down here and stuff, but that's the general idea of it. And I also learned how to add white afterwards, like with the like pen and stuff, like the paint pen. And my little awning is so squint. Look how squint it is. But I am still pretty happy with it. So that's what I did on the first 2 days. And my daughter was a touch inspired because she chose this one as her model that she was gonna use to do her one. And wait till you see, I'm so proud. She did all this in the first day. She didn't take twice. She's not finished either, but how cute. Look. It's so well done. So she did first of all the tracing with the carbon paper to get everything in the right place.
And then she worked her colours. You can see all the little marks on the side. That's her working her colours to get the colour right for all the different bits. Like, look how close she got her colours here and here. So good. And then we can zoom in a touch to see her work. How cute. She did so well. And she has already started working on it at home, which I never did, because I just, I just tend to just do it while I'm there and then kind of be like, okay, for next time, okay, for next time, okay, for next time kind of thing. But how well done is that? I'm so proud of her. She's 13, by the way. And I won't show you what I worked on this time because it's a surprise for my patrons. And then after the lesson, we went to the local kind of like paper and art supplies and books and stuff place. And we got a few things. This is my little pouch for my brushes and stuff. I did like a full Patreon mini video showing everything inside. But yeah, I got my daughter one of these. Oh, this I already had for myself, but this is the specific, very useful type of brush while you're using watercolors. It holds a lot of water because it's not like glued in here and doesn't stop here. Like the bristles are all tied up, and I don't know, it drinks a lot and it's very useful. So I got her one of these because otherwise she can use all the other things. That's my one. This is her one. So next time we go together, we don't have to use the stuff at the place, if that makes sense. Like if you take a lesson and you use your own supplies, it costs €5 less than if you use the supplies provided. So that's the idea. Like we could share the little palette, we could share these brushes, we can share the white pens, but we would need one of these each at least. So I figured I would get one for her too, so we can have €5 less to pay during the lessons if we go together. And my son, I have no idea if he'll be doing like a pastels or doing like a more simplified version, or I don't know, so we'll see about that. We'll see about that another time. And the last thing I have to show you is the paper, the watercolor paper that we got, and the carbon paper too. Very cool. We're all set. So crinkly. This is the paper that I got. It's like the intermediary kind of quality, I think. When we were there, we were like looking for the specific things they told us to get, and there were so many different sizes and qualities and different types of watercolor paper. I was completely lost. And there was a woman there shopping for herself, and she was like, oh, well, if you guys are just starting out, you should use this. I've been doing it for about 5 years and I still use this because price-wise and quality-wise and everything, she was so lovely. And it turns out she had actually taken lessons with the same woman, but like in a different place, so it was fun. And she was like telling us all her journey with watercolor and how it's just for her and to like pass on to her grandchildren and stuff, not to like show the art or anything in a gallery or like a little market or something. She just loves it. It's very calming for her. And she gave us the name of an artist that does tutorials online, but like it was more of a like paywall kind of site, like a professional that like does, that sort of thing. So we obviously just were like, thank you very much. I'll write it down, and maybe we won't do it, but it was lovely. So we got this paper. These are 50 sheets, so that should do us for a while. Because it's not really like a sketch pad. I'm gonna try and be careful to really, really get good use out of all the pages. And it is A4 and 300 grams per meter squared. And then the last thing we got was this, the carbon paper. And basically it's like the kind of paper that's like underneath, I don't know, like legal pads that are like, that make copies of things, or like when you used to write like which checks you were putting in the bank and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? You put the blue side of the paper on your sheet of paper, your blank sheet of paper. You put the model of what you want to trace on top, and then you just like press down like with a pencil or something to mark the page underneath. But the thing that is very interesting about this paper is you can use it hundreds of times, lots and lots and lots. And you don't like mark super strong. You just like, you want just a little faint line to show you where you are, So, and it's strange because it's not like an A4 thing. It's like quite a big sheet, and I guess you just like cut it to your size that you want it. So I don't know. It just seems weird. Fun but weird. So we now have everything to be getting on with some projects. My daughter will finish her little shop, and I guess I should finish mine. I'm not good at finishing things, but I will try. We can trace something fun for my son to do. If he ever joins us in one of the classes, he'll already have almost like a coloring page, if you will, of something that he would like to do. And then obviously I have some projects in mind, and I'm very excited about it. I don't know how well it's going to turn out, but I think if you are a patron, you might like it. We'll see. I'll do a little behind the scenes Patreon mini just after filming this to show you guys what I'm working on. Okay, so let me pop some of this to the side. I don't know what I'll keep for my blanket scratching outro because everything's a little big. A4. Okay, I have the perfect thing. I brought the little rocket back, my son's little rocket. I need to go and find a little magnet and surprise him when he gets home from school today. That is on the fridge. He'll be happy about that. Okay, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you like the kind of story time, rambly, chatting about things like painting and what I'm doing with the kids and stuff like that, that's like very Patreon kind of content. So if you like that, you can pop over to Patreon and see a little more of that. And of course, that would be a lovely way to support this channel. And if you would like to support this channel by just getting ad-free versions of my uploads, you can just stay here on YouTube and join the channel membership with the little join button under the video. Okay, if you made it to this part of the video without falling asleep, I would like you to pop a little rocket emoji in the comments for my son's little rocket. And you can just pop that in with your regular comment, letting me know what I should make in little ice lolly, tray. If you have some good recipes, or let me know if you've ever done any watercolor painting. But if you are far too sleepy, you can just pop that little rocket emoji in there by itself. I'll know what you mean. I'll see your support. Thank you. So, I hope that every single one of my lovely, lovely sleepy squirrels are well, wherever you are in the world, whatever's happening around you. I hope that you can find your own little bubble of calm. For example, if you are in West Sussex in the UK, like my lovely, lovely patron, Clare. Hey Clare, I hope you're well. Thank you